Everybody, Victorul here with another deck guide and gameplay video. Today's deck is Akshan Sivir. So I've got the deck code down in the description if you want to get the deck a shot. And if you're just looking for gameplay footage, you can skip ahead to game number 1 and go from there. Alright, so let's talk about the deck. We'll go through some of the cards we included in the deck, as well as discuss kind of the overall game plan, and then kind of talk a little bit about the mulligan phase as well. Alright, so our champions we run are Akshan and Sivir. So the deck goal is really to kind of control the early game as much as you can with your cheap units and kind of take good trades, and kind of eliminate as much of your opponent's units as you can, and while you're slowly building up not only ticks on Warlord's Palace but also building up damage to level up Sivir. And so you've got a bunch of good cheap units as well as some cheap spells and combat tricks to kind of execute that game plan. So you're really just trying to make sure you're having good trades. You protect things when you need to, and you just kind of remove any early game threats from your opponent. And then you're hoping kind of by the mid to late game to kind of roll through them with Sivir leveled up. So that's kind of the game plan that this deck wants to execute. So champions we include Akshan, so 3 of these. He's a great 2-drop, 2-mana, 2/2, has a quick attack. Summons or strikes, gets that Warlord's Palace down, and then every time he does a strike or you target a unit, it takes that down. So that's a really good, strong champion for this deck. Anything with quick attack is really going to be good as far as attacking goes. And so we're really looking to get that Warlord's Palace to flip. It helps give us extra cards. And then once it gets into its second form, it really is a way to kind of get the exact card you need, because typically we're running pretty low on cards throughout the game because most of our things are pretty cheap. So we're playing our cards, we're attacking, we're making good trades, and so having some extra card draw is really nice. And so that's kind of what Akshan gives us for this deck. And then Sivir is kind of our win condition for most of the time. Sometimes you can win just by pressuring your opponent too much early game, but typically Sivir's needed to kind of come in and clean up and finish off the opponent. So she needs to see, you need to have 30 plus damage dealt during the game to level her up. This can be anything from attacking the Nexus, attacking units, to even non-combat damage would count for that. So for instance, if you single combat with a unit and hit another unit, that also counts for that damage. And Sivir doesn't need to see the damage. That's important. So it's just any time you've done damage. So really, you're almost guaranteed to eventually get her leveled up, however long it takes. So these two pair well. So really, with Sivir, when she levels up, she shares her keywords with all of your allied attacking units, and so that's kind of the win condition, is because she's got Spellshield, she's got quick attack. If you can get her things like Overwhelm with the Absolver, she's just a really strong attacker. And then a board full of Spellshield, quick attack, Overwhelm units is very hard for opponents to deal with. So that's kind of your ultimate goal with her, is to get her into that space. So we also include one landmark, Preservarium, just to help draw a little bit, because this deck does kind of tend to run low on cards. So when someone draws one, and then on countdown 2 it draws another one. So just to get a couple extra cards in your hand. Followers, we run 3 of Treasure Seeker. This is a really great 1-drop, 1-mana 2/1, and then it creates a Waking Sands, which is a 2-mana 5/2. And it's a spell, so you can use that with Spellshield. It does have Ephemeral, so it will die no matter what, but that's a great for attacker to close out. Also, it's a good blocker. A lot of times if you play Waking Sands on your opponent's turn, they don't even want to attack, so sometimes it can even shut down their attack. So this is a great overall 1-drop. So 2 drops, Bright Steel Protector, 2-mana 3/2, gives an ally barrier this round. Great card. Great way to protect a unit, especially if you got Sivir or Akshan and your opponent maybe gives them vulnerable or something, or has a challenger on board. You can play the protector to kind of keep them safe. And you can also use this on offensive turns as well. So a very strong card overall. Play 1 of Duran's Sculptor. So this is one of the newer cards that when you summon another ally, grant it +0/+1. So I really like this in a Scouts deck, and so I also like this in Akshan Sivir. Just a great way to kind of buff up your units a little bit. Giving Sivir 4 health or Akshan 3 health, this can be really nice, as well as some of your other units. So this can kind of just sit there in the back, in your back line, and kind of buff up your units. And 2 mana 2/2 is not bad at all for her ability. So Next unit we play is Petricide Broadwing. So this is a 2 mana 0/3 with the Formidable and Challenger. So the Formidable, of course, strikes with its health, not its power. So 2 mana 3/3 basically as a Challenger is a great Challenger and great stat line. Very good card overall. And so we kind of run that over Fleet Feather Tracker in this deck. So this can win a lot of trades with some early game units. Next we got Merciless Hunter, so 3 mana 4/2, and then with Fearsome, it also grants enemy vulnerable on play. So it's a great way to remove your opponent's units. They play one of their champions down, you play the Merciless Hunter, can pull it in. And of course with our quick attackers, oftentimes we can get a free trade in when we have things that are vulnerable. So very, very strong card overall. And we also run Tua, Vecchia, and Vagabond. So it's a 3 mana 3/3, and then it summons or advances a Warlord's Palace. So that, again, it kind of pairs with action to kind of get those palaces going and get them to their countdown to finish up. And of course, 3 mana 3/3 is not bad for stat line. So those are followers we're kind of looking to control and have good trades and kind of take down some of your opponent's units in the early game with these followers. And then moving on to spells. So we've got 3 of Shapestone. So this is a really strong card for this deck because we play a couple landmarks. Of course, we've got Action, Preservarium, and then the Vagabond. So typically this is going to be activated, but what it does is gives an ally +1/+1 this round. And if you summon a landmark, they actually get +2/+1 instead. And of course, it's burst speed, so very good way to keep the units alive or even just help win trades. Very strong overall card. And we also run 3 of Sharp Sight, so this is a fantastic card in any Demacia deck, really. So burst speed, give an ally +2/+2, and can block elusive units this round. So again, a way to survive for a lot of our champions or units, and then it also can block elusive. So oftentimes you can kind of play this when their opponent doesn't expect it, and they've got an elusive unit, and you can get a good trade. Then we have a lot of removal here. So we've got 3 of Single Combat, and then 3 of Concerted Strike. So this is basically ways to just remove your opponent's units and really make sure you have the board control going into the mid to late game. So that's kind of why we include these. A lot of times your opponent can have some big threats that maybe you attack and they don't do anything, and then after your attack they play their unit thinking they're safe. So you can use these combat tricks to help get to those units. So those are very important for this deck. So other important cards are the Absolver. So run 3 copies of this. So it gives an ally +2/+1 this round, and then if you've leveled up a champion, you get the Absolver's Return, which is another 2 mana burst spell, Fleeting, which gives an ally +2/+1 and Overwhelm this round. So this is kind of your paired spell with leveled up Sivir. And keep in mind, even Action leveling up will cause the level up condition to be activated. So this is how you give Overwhelm to all your units during the attack phase. So this is a really good card, really strong overall. And so sometimes your opponent may block, some of your units like Sivir with just a small 1 attack, or excuse me, 1 health unit or something. You can play Absolver and get that Overwhelm damage in to make it actually count. So very strong card, very important for this deck. And so this is one of those cards we're looking for in the mid to late game when we're trying to close out the game. And then we also include 4 of Golden Ages. So gives an ally barrier and then rallies. And so rallies are really strong in this type of deck because Sivir has that board-wide buff of when she's attacking. Getting in extra attacks when your opponent doesn't expect it is really important. So that's the decks and the cards we use. So as far as the mulligan phase, you definitely want to keep Action if you have Action. So he's kind of your main card you're looking for early game. If you've got like Treasure Seeker or some of these other 2-drops, you can definitely keep those as well in your opening hand. Sivir it kind of depends on whether you want to keep her or not. If you get like a 1 and a 2 drop, it's okay to keep Sivir, but typically you don't really want to keep her in your opening hand. And then of course, if you've got a 1 and 2 drop, keeping like a Shapestone or Sharp Sight is good, just to have some protection, especially if you've got Action already. Keeping the Shapestone pairs so well with him. That's a very good strong play to keep that. So really just looking for your cheap followers, your cheap spells, and then Action if you can get him is kind of what we're looking for in the mulligan phase. Alright, so that'll do it for the deck guide. Let's go ahead and get into some games. Alright, up against Darkness. Okay, I'll keep Treasure Seeker. I guess I could keep Sivir here. This is kind of a slow matchup. for action. Okay. We'll see how this goes here. Should be pretty tough. They're gonna have so much removal. Alright, there's action for 2. I like that. Okay. Treasure Seeker down. I'm gonna go ahead and get action down. Not too worried if he gets killed. We just want the Warlord Palace going. Okay. I'll go ahead and attack with everything. If he wants to block here, that's fine. Okay. So he's got the darkness. Unfortunately, we cannot protect the action from this. Alright, so he decides to go with the Conchologist instead. I think I'll just pass. Yeah, I'll pass here. If he wants to get in for 2, that's fine with me. And then I think we'll just go in with, let's just get Sivir down here. We'll see what he ends up doing. Yeah, not having any protection spells. We do have the Absolver, but I don't think I'm going to spend that right now. Rather save that for late game. Okay, so this is the phase, is it? Or was that from Conchologist maybe? Okay, so yeah, unfortunately we cannot save. Otherwise that would have been a good time to use that. But no, we do not have it. Okay. Alright, Bright Steel, that would have been nice that last turn. Okay. We'll go ahead and do this here. And then we can also Merciless Hunter onto this. Okay.
We love it when they run.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and attack here. Likely he's going to have a way to kill Sir, but you know, we can't do anything about that. Probably a Vengeance. Okay, nice. He does not. Alright, cool.
You could say I got a life with.
I don't mind doing this since he's low on mana. If he tries to darkness here, it's all his mana and we can just sharp sight it away. Yeah, we'll just sharp sight.
Concentrated forgiveness.
Okay, so we can actually do Waking Sands plus another Waking Sands, right? Makes it hard for him to block everything. I need 9. So we can do... I should have flipped Sivir here. Alright, that sounds good to me. Alright, nice. We got him. Very nice. Alright, up against Concurrent Timelines. Fizz Trundle. Alright. We'll keep the sand here. Could have maybe mulligan for action, but I like having some units to play. Okay.
Almost got it.
I'll get in for 2. Here comes Timelines. Okay. Alright. See what he gets to flip into here.
If it's a people problem, I'm your man.
3-2, okay. Go ahead and do this here.
Gonna find a gift for
Can trade it with the Treasure Seeker. See what he ends up doing. Okay, could have Mystic Shot or something, which is fine. Get in for a little bit of damage if we can. Okay, sure. Okay. Broadwing as well. Okay. Alright, so get rid of our Concerted Strike.
You dropped something.
I dropped everything.
5-4, that's pretty strong. We can still block that. Let's go with this. This kind of makes his attack pretty bad here.
Hands make quick work.
Let's do this and we'll bank the mana as well. Go Sivir next turn. Alright. Get Sivir down.
It's just waiting to be found. And you won't believe what we found today.
Okay, so he gets the freeze.
A chill in the air.
Okay. I don't mind going with the Waking Sand here, just to push more damage.
Nothing escapes me.
Okay. Do this here. Yeah, that seems fine to me.
Light the signal fires.
Okay. So Buried in Ice is coming up soon. Okay, so it gets rid of our Golden Aegis, okay. Not great that he had 2 of these already.
Look, a thing.
Elf, that's not ours.
We do have another one, unfortunately. Oh, he gets another one of those. Let's go and get Action down here.
Rules to know good from bad.
Now we do get our Shapestone online as well. Okay. So he thinks he probably is good with with the Golden Age is gone, but I think we can still attack here.
Awesome day for progress.
Kind of like just doing this here. Can pull in this with that. And this can attack with either of these.
Villains beware.
We'll get our licks in.
And really, even this is not a bad attack.
Business as usual.
He could have like Troll Chant, right? But this gets in a lot because even if he blocks with this, we got Shapestone we can use. So I think that's fine with me.
Focus on me. Behold my work.
Okay.
Time is money.
I'll go ahead and do this. You could have something to get around it, right? But At least we're forced him to use it now. And this does flip Sivir.
It's a trap.
Okay.
Blade, sand, and treasure. Big enough for more.
We have Absolver for next turn as well. Okay. Go ahead and do this here. We'll tack in. Get the Spellshield on him. Make an Absolver. If he's got 3 sisters or something, he's got to use multiple things now. Alright, we'll go here. Go ahead and do this here. Alright, nice. Got him. Very nice. Okay, up against Fizz Riven. Broadwing seems pretty good. Sharpsight seems pretty good as well. Toss those back. Yeah, there's Akshan. Nice. Okay, no 1-drop, but we'll go ahead and pass there. So this will be good against Fizz. Yep. Okay. See if he wants to trade Fizz here or not. He does not. Okay, we'll skip the block there. Okay. We can get Broadwing down, and we still have Sharpsight or single combat mana. We'll see what he wants to do here. Okay, there's Riven. So we could just kill Riven here. I think I don't mind doing this here. And then if he decides to block with the Riven for some reason, I just get a free kill. I think that's fine. Okay. Alright, yeah, we'll just bank the mana. We do have Surge Strike. Unfortunately, this only has 1 attack right now. Okay. That's a little stronger here. Got our landmark taken down. Okay, we'll go and do that here. Could do this. Sharpsight. I think I'll just let this happen here. Okay. Okay.
Look at them shaking in their boots.
Okay, so he's trying to get as much damage as possible. I think I just do this, take a trade here. Just reset the board completely. He just invested so much in that. I think that's fine with me. Okay. Definitely like getting the Sculptor down. Get a free point of health on Merciless Hunter. Interesting. Trinket trade. Okay. Okay, there's Conchologist. Okay, sure.
Astounding curiosity.
I think I'm gonna pass. See if he plays something else. Something better that I can use this on. Okay. Alright, we got our Relic of Power, so we're just gonna predict draw one. He's still got a big hand, we still got a big hand. He's down on Fizz and a Riven, we're down on Action. Okay. Okay. It's not bad.
To the world below.
He just goes for 6, I think I'll just take that. Yeah, that's fine with me. Okay. Action seems pretty good again. Get him leveled up.
You cannot run from
And we got Absolver online.
scores to settle, cooks to kill. You know how it is.
Gets the free upgrade on the attack. Or on the health, excuse me. From the Sculptor. Okay, Pokey's face, sure.
Go get the shiny devil.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this here. Just so we can get an open attack in. Okay. Think I'm good with that.
This is justice.
Can trade there. That's fine with me, I think. Okay. Okay, Papercraft Dragon, sure. There's Sivir, okay. We can hold this up to whatever he ends up doing with this. Having a Golden Aegis would have been really nice this turn, but unfortunately we do not have one.
There is still time to surrender. Just say, oh, please don't kill me, Akshan.
Okay, so he wants to get the Reforge going. Okay. So he's going to all in on this Conchologist, it looks like.
To serve the greater good.
Okay.
Nothing's lost. It's just waiting to be found. And you won't believe what we found today.
Alright.
Fly to them on broken wings.
So Blade of the Exile probably on Conchologist. Oh, he's putting it on Riven. Interesting. Okay.
Really just needed some faith to reassemble.
Alright, we'll just keep passing then. Okay. Alright, so clearly we have to kill a conchologist, right? Because this is only a single attack. So we can do this here. And we'll do... down to 3. I think we have to just accept that.
The world won't save itself, you know.
Okay, so you got the Elixir of Wrath. And then we've got the Sharp Sight here. So we're still alive, technically. Unless it's the last card is Elixir of Wrath. That'd be the only thing. Alright. Should be good here. Unless he's got like a pokey stick or something. Let's just do this, I think.
It must be done.
Okay.
Fate is what I make.
Alright. Got him. Nice. Alright. Up against scouts. Definitely want some early game here. That's fine. Let's see if we can find some action or some one drops. Okay. Alright.
Finger on the trigger.
Okay. Get our Broadwing down. Got Sivir coming through as well.
You're covered.
Okay. So he does stop that attack, unfortunately.
Protect and strike.
So I'll go ahead and do this. Stop some of this damage a little bit. Sharp Sight doesn't save him, but it does kill me. Okay, that's not bad. Just pass.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp.
I think I'll do this.
Gonna find a gift for
Now we can have Sivir come in. If he's got another Bright Steel, it's not great, but it's also fine.
I've got a price.
Because he's protecting on his defensive turns, which is not as big a deal.
Business as usual.
I'll go ahead and just not do anything. Don't think there's any way around this for him. Okay, and then we got our own Bright Steel coming up as well.
We Demacians are no easy prey.
Okay, I'll go ahead and barrier here.
I've got your back.
And then if he wants to go with this, we can at least shape stone, make it a little harder. Okay. That's fine with me, we trade there. When he tries to get another scout attack in, we get a free trade, or a free kill.
That's all.
So yeah, we'll take that for sure. Got 9 mana, so we could do Conservator plus Aegis in this spot here. Also get Shapestone gone. I don't think I mind this, even if he gets a trade here, or blocks here. Putting pressure on him. And this thing can only block here, there, yeah. Okay, cool. So Sivir will flip on our next attack.
Dangerous water.
Don't mind doing this actually. Activate Shapestone gives us Golden Aegis as well. Okay, so rally for himself. We could just Concerted Strike him there. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. So then this can't not flip. And then his 2 scout attacks are completely worthless now.
Blade, sand, and treasure. Couldn't ask for more.
Okay. So he decides to do that anyways for some reason, which again makes 0 sense to me, but okay. I guess he gets to put the Enraged Yeti in his deck, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a good attack for his part. I mean, he wants to do 4 Demacia, right? So so we got 8 mana, so we can do Golden Aegis plus Absolver.
The quiet of the woods. There's nothing like it.
So I'll go and do that now.
This is our way.
Okay, interesting. We'll definitely let him have that.
That's right. Run!
Actually, I didn't even need to do that, did I, really? Okay. I could have just waited on that, but I think it's fine. Yep, we got him. Excellent.
Another victory to fill the coffers.
But yeah, that's the Akshan Sivir deck. Very, very strong deck overall. Good mid-range. You know, a lot of good synergies between all these buffs and action, getting him flipped, and then you know, of course, the Absolver is a really strong card once you get these champions leveled, and then Sivir is able to give those keywords to everybody. So overall, pretty good deck for ladder. I think you know, this is a really good choice if you're looking for kind of a mid-range deck. Not, you know, it's not super aggro, but it can be depending on your draws. You can get some pretty good pressure on, but it's really the late game where it shines, where you're able to get the action leveled up, Sivir leveled up, and then you're able to just kind of control the game. And of course, we got a lot of combat tricks. We got Concerted Strike, Sim Combat, so a lot of good removal with your units, and you know, things like Sharp Sight, Shapestone to help protect your units as well. So that's the deck. Definitely give it a shot, and let me know how it goes for you. That's going to do it for this video. We'll see you next time.